Welcome back, everybody, to our Roll for Wishes campaign, Tiberius Wanderstave and the Evil of Elmspire. I am tormented by gnomes, your game master, joined by Bren, DriftwoodAsh, and Sideshow. And I have a question for you three. How the hell did we get through campaigns by doing 3 hours at a time? How did we ever get anything done? I don't understand. Like,
we didn't.
I don't know either.
I have an infinite amount of time. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm actually
down to
I'm
go
the
until
free
7 a.m.
I also had planned on 4 hours, not 3, for what it's worth.
okay, cool. I was trying to, not use up, and here I am. I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll do $150 per act of God. That's gonna, that'll give us plenty of breathing room. That'll be, no, incorrect.
That won't interrupt the story.
False.
Remember the episode where we never left the place we started because it was just endless acts of God?
Which
I do.
one? One of the episodes from the first campaign is literally called The Acts of God. We just got a $500 donation for the Tiberius Wanderstave bonus. So there's that now.
I love that. As awesome as that is, thank you for being generous, people. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're I would say single-handedly, but collective-handedly gonna make a really big impact here. Some of the things, one of the things that they give us. So when we hit $500, we can cover a kid's wish if their wish is a day at the beach. When we hit $1,000, which we already did, if a kid's wish is for a new phone, we can cover that. I swear there's more. Maybe I have to activate them. I don't know. Yeah, there's a gaming wish at around 2,000 or 3,000 where if the kids wishes for a new gaming rig, we can hit that. So we are making a big impact, and it means a lot to me to have the talent and time of you three and our generous community. Let's go back to giving them what they want and completely ruin the plot that I had written. Tiberius Wanderstave, you spoke to the thing, and the walls of vines parted, revealing the rest of the throne room. The king and the queen stand afflicted by the same power, and behind them an altar with red glowing eyes, and behind that a tree of bone and blood, twitching and rattling and clacking against itself, responding to your promise to set it free. What do you do?
Wasn't really expecting to get this far, to be honest. But the way is open. Do they look hostile at all, the individuals?
Well, the king and queen look altered. I'll say that. They look altered.
Okay.
They look to be infested like the others. And it's difficult to ascertain the hostility of a tree of bone and blood. That one's just kind of hard to get a read on. The lack of facial features makes that difficult. So what's the play here?
What does the big Tiberius motherfucking Wanderstave do?
I don't know if I actually ever decided that, because I don't know if I ever... I, too, don't know if I ever got that far. But I imagine it being this, a mega power-up. The equivalent of back when you got your level 20 once.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to go that far, but I think I'm inclined to have it give you one act of truly outrageous magical power.
Right, okay.
All I wrote for the description is that the last time we played this card, it completely upended our campaign setting. I seem to recall something about summoning yourself back into reality as a baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
God,
was
yeah.
I pulled myself. I can't remember how it worked.
Isn't Tiberius still a baby in the present timeline?
Yes, in the most
being
advanced
taken care of by
timeline.
unicorns or something?
Yes, he is a baby being raised by unicorns with Iop's broken staff as his baby rattle that almost blew a fireball in his mouth because of Alan O'Dale. And that's a sentence I just said.
Yeah.
Cool. Checks out.
Okay.
So you're a baby in the future.
Yeah. in the future, but not right now.
Makes you think. Makes you think.
Yeah. How far away am I to all of this? This is.
If you use the measuring tool, yeah, you got that.
Yeah, 240 feet. That's pretty far.
It's a big palace. It's a big palace.
I'd love to get closer.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna talk the entire time while slowly walking forward. But I'm also like observing to see, are they gonna lash out at me? Are they gonna hit me? I'm a squishy sorcerer. I don't wanna mess with this. But also we gotta get closer to really, deal with the root of this. So I'm gonna like slowly walk forwards, just getting a feel for the vibes. And the entire time I'm being like, I know how much you want to be free. This is exactly what we're here to do. We're here to make sure that you can break free. And I'm just going to start rattling off all of these concepts of like, you've been trapped here for so long, almost an eternity is what it must feel like. Imagine what you could do with so much more. And I'm going to start making up concepts about the world tree and the possibilities of that. Imagine if you could be free amongst the world tree and the entire lands, entire planes of existence could be yours for the taking. And I'm going to be promising all these things as I'm edging forwards, just trying to get a feel for, are they still attacking me? Are they going
They aren't making any hostile gestures. The archers have their bows at the ready, with arrows like out, but not knocked and drawn, right? Sort of that ready in case something happens stance.
Right. Okay.
All right. Have you moved? Do you want to double move? A full 60 feet?
I mean, if I do that, I don't get any more actions, right?
Correct, but it's about to be the end of your turn anyways.
Have you said that you're trying well, you wouldn't say that you want to get closer. Can I tell that he wants to get closer?
Oh, he's getting closer, so I think that's
I'm just walking forwards while saying this to the tree in the deep one, whatever the language is.
I'd kind of like give you like a come here kind of thing. Trust me, come here.
Oh, to you?
Yeah. Oh, you want to get closer?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would then use my double back movement to walk backwards again.
Oh, no, if you already moved forward. And
I already moved past you. Yeah, I moved past you. I'm like up towards the lower of the staircase currently.
Well, that's fine. I can still get, as long as you're within a range where I can still get to you.
Yeah, do I have any more actions, or have I just used it all by moving?
If you double move, no. If you only moved 30 feet, you have an action.
Right, okay. I moved. Let's move 30 feet, and I'll just add to the whole thing by casting a minor illusion. There might be a better spell than that.
Is that a cantrip?
Yeah, minor illusion is a cantrip.
Okay. Do you want to cast something different?
No, a minor illusion works as well. I just want to emanate some eerie purple energy coming from behind me. It looks like tentacles coming from behind. But this isn't. I'm like quite concerned that Lon is going to then just launch a dagger into my back as soon as I do this. But I'm going to still do this. I'm like, surely they know, right, that this is just a ploy. Like, surely they know I'm not evil, right? And I'll cast the minor illusion to just to look the part, to appear like, yes, okay. I'm a disciple. I've come here to set you free. I've come here to assist, and I've come here to definitely not cast the core of your evil body into volcanoes, anything like that. I'm here to help. I'm here to make sure that you can take over the world. And look at how evil I look. There's purple tentacles and stuff coming off me.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check to determine the convincingness of the illusion of evilness.
It's got to be so convincing.
Those were words. I said a lot of words. Okay, 18. All right, yeah. No, you're doing it good. You're putting on a show.
Yep.
The archers have not reacted. They have not responded. They are all waiting and watching, but they seem to be fine with the current state of events. Lon Carterock.
Lon was so set on obliterating this guy in the alcove until the vines moved open. and he realized that the rest of his party had actually done something. So, hands still on the daggers. The Pass Without Trace is dropped, and he's no longer hidden, right? Because I failed the stealth check.
Correct.
So I'm just gonna make dead eye contact with this dude in an alcove. And I would like to make a check to try and see, or perhaps I can already tell when I'm close. But what I'm looking to try and tell is these weren't talking with the chorus of voices.
Correct.
So I want to see if they're independently sentient, whether I can tell that.
Their eyes are glassy and they show the same signs of fungal infection that the others do.
Right. So we're presumably not talking independent actors here. They're probably part of a whole that just shut up. All right. So I'm just going to stare at them for a while, make sure that they're not doing anything. And then I'm going to cast greater invisibility on myself and start moving through the crowd as much as I can.
Okay. You can move up to 30 feet.
What's 30 feet?
You can cast greater invisibility?
Yes,
Holy
I can.
Crap.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
No.
30 feet.
Where's the ninja? There's the ninja. Okay. Green is for concentration. Wings is for bless. Ninja is for invisibility.
Yep, there we go. So I've moved, taken my action. I'm invisible.
After getting stared at, the elven agents emerge from the shadows, and now they're standing side by side next to the door. A little bit closer than that. Yeah, there we go. Having been discovered, they emerge. They walk in perfect synchronicity. They turn. They're now facing forward, facing the front. Pim, it's your turn.
Oh. Okay. Well, I have no idea what's been said because I don't speak deep speech. So, for all I can tell, Lon has just disappeared, right? So he's gone. And I can kind of see that, like, Tiberius is moving forward. So I'm going to kind of, like, look at him and be like, you... That way?
You have telepathy,
and then
right?
I'm like, all right, I'm a telepath. And then in your head, I'm gonna be like, so you wanna get closer?
It's an act.
You can't respond, but I can read lips.
His back is to you.
Like,
and I'm gonna be like,
the
okay.
Tiberius Wanderstave.
And I don't. How well do these people know me at this point?
That's up to you three.
I don't know how well Lon knows me or Tiberius. Y'all can make some decisions based on what's about to happen. But I'll be like seeing him like kind of put on the glow and the whatever. I'll be like, oh, okay. And suddenly tentacles start growing out of my back. And my eyes just turn this like glowing purple color. And I've got like my arms start turning into tentacles.
I'm like, Tiberius is starting to get concerned. He's like, wait, this is an act, right? Like this.
Yeah, imagine how Lon is thinking. Lon's its sole purpose is to expunge evil, and he thinks he might have just escorted two powerful people in here that have become friends with the being. Benefit of the doubt at the moment, but we'll see what happens.
We'll start sort of kind of forward on tentacles now, like a few like things that look like fungal growths for the avoidance of doubt. And we'll grab wrap a tentacle around Tiberius and dimension door to in front of the king and queen. This is what I thought you wanted.
Seems reasonable.
Pick a spot, any spot. Wherever you end up, Tiberius will be adjacent to you.
Let me just find the spell so I can make sure I cast it. Here we go.
You did read my mind, but it is quite absurd.
I can't read your mind. I can speak to you.
I know, but you read my mind of what Tiberius wanted to do. Tiberius was also going to dimension door closer after a
Perfect.
certain point, so this just saves an action.
Where are the king and
Oh
queen
yes,
exactly
wonderful.
here?
It saves an action. The two people with dimension door that could have done this have gone off together using one dimension door.
You went
and left
invisible.
Lon behind.
And the next
You went-
hour of Josh's life was spent moving 30 feet at a time across the entire map.
Or just taking on a 1v10 or whatever against these elves.
You're invisible. I couldn't choose to take you.
Yeah, where do you want to drop? Wherever you put yourself, Tiberius will be adjacent to you.
So where are the king and queen? They're on these like these are them on the you can't see my mouse. Yep, okay, cool. Probably like, and these are more like dudes standing in front of them, right?
Those are their official title, the Dudes of the Realm.
Dudes in front
Dudes
of
of the realm, the dudes of the round table.
them. The dudes
Yeah.
of the realm. Probably just like right here.
Cool. Congratulations, sorcerer. Welcome to the party.
Excellent.
I don't speak deep speech, so I'm just gonna like smile and be like, "Yeah, we're friends here."
Yep.
And
She is trying.
as a bonus
They are
action,
trying.
I'll like kind of nod at him and like tentacles up, bardic inspiration.
You're doing
Okay.
Tentacles up.
You're doing great. They're buying a hook, line, sinker. We're in.
Okay. The queen, who, congratulations, is now part of the initiative.
Great.
We shall grow, we shall spread, all shall be one. How will you release us?
Tiberius would know from just his knowledge of all of this. So what they're describing is like a curse that gets enacted every so and so years.
Every
From this
11
exact
years,
space.
it resurges, yeah.
So it's probably some like old form of magic. There's going to be a central component to it. The Tiberius would know just from his studies, and so he just needs to access this central component. He's already been giving it a very old magic sealing spell.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to attempt to gaslight the shit out of the Eldritch Horror and be like, you know, you've lived this life of just the repeated cycle, always being put down by these plucky upstart adventurers. Every few years you get brought about, and you've gotten close to breaking out every single time, but you've never gotten far enough. You've always been sealed, and you've always failed every single time. But this time, it will be different. This time, you need to trust. For the first time in your very long existence, you need to make yourself vulnerable. Only then can I transport you to the wider area. Only then can you break past your current limitations. Power is what you want, and power is what you seek, and I shall give you it.
That's absolutely going to be a deception check.
And I haven't used my inspiration yet.
There is an inspiration on the table, yes.
Yeah,
And I bardically inspired you.
yeah, I'm gonna use that.
That's 1d10.
Oh my god, that's a
So-
nasty good roll.
That's a 33.
33!
That's a 33.
33!
Oh!
Oh!
I think you've just
No
been
way!
dominated. There's no shot. That
For a
that
total
happens.
of?
Way, man.
For a total of?
All right, so here's how this is going to work. This thing does not have a plus 13 to its insight, but it did get a natural 20. So we're going to split the difference here. Insofar as, in response to your words, the elite bodyguards of the king and queen move to step behind you, and the wall of horrifying monstrosity flesh closes back up behind you.
Oh, for the love of
No.
God.
That's not good.
Well, Lon's going to have his own little personal adventure.
I mean, I have enough spell slots to come back and get you and then go back again.
If
The
the door was
shuttle.
open.
Just shuttle mode.
Doesn't have to be.
I thought you had to be able to see where
I
you were
think you
going.
have to be
with
able
them.
to see
No.
line of
Not,
sight.
not
don't
with
have to
Dimension
see-
Door. Not with Dimension Door. I
Really?
can confirm that.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
It's 4th level magic, you know? Once you get to a certain point, your spells just basically let you say, no, I'm the dungeon master now.
The only reason
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it earlier is because if you end up in a space that is occupied, you take a lot of damage and it fails. So, like, you can't teleport into the middle of a wall or a person.
Okay. The king, the possessed king, is going to make an Arcana check. And I'm going to give... Does the queen get one as well? No, she has a really cool bow, but she's not really a magic specialist. I do have one more Arcana roll that I can make, though. Let me just go ahead and do that. A 28.
That seems high.
You will explain your magic.
In
I
your
can
head,
tap
what did he
in.
say?
Oh, he asked me to explain my resume. I can tap into the primordial elements of magic itself, some of the oldest, most raw, untapped forms. I've been studying these arts for many, many, many years now, dedicating my life with the sole purpose of serving the great ones, ensuring your prosperity, ensuring that you break free of this pathetic, lowly cycle. You are meant for so much more rather than just being reborn and renewed, never breaking past this point. You are meant for so much more.
Explain the magic.
The core of your being will be placed into the world tree. Are you familiar with the world tree? I need to roll the gaslight if he's not.
We are
Being
aware.
like you should be familiar. Of course, you're aware of the world tree. Just this fantastical being, root spreading, permeating throughout the entire plane. Your core to be transported and placed directly into it, left to corrupt all manners of roots and spread deep, further, farther beyond you have ever imagined, even for a hive-like being such as yourself, Great One.
Proceed.
Okay.
On your turn. Okay, the archers in front of the bad play. Oh, it's your turn. Hey. Weird how that works out.
Is the being opening himself up at all? Do I spot any like magical instruments in front of me on the altar?
Yes, there is some sort of idol on the altar, and this thing, this horrifying tree, looks to be the manifestation of this curse. Its physical embodiment at this moment.
Okay. And so, but there's no like central core. It's not like opening himself up, and I can see the manifestation is the outside of it.
Correct.
So yeah, I would start to slowly walk forwards and keep repeating the same points. I'm like, you need to show vulnerability. You need to open yourself. It sounds like a therapy session that I'm doing with this tree, but you've got to open yourself up for me to be able to do this great action. I can get us out of here. I know great and powerful magic to be able to transport us instantly to where we need to go. But I can't do it unless you let me.
Go ahead and move yourself wherever it is that you want to go as you're talking.
I would just be, how far is this? I'll be going like the 30 feet.
Okay.
So like up to here.
The tree splits open with a disgusting noise I'm not going to make with my mouth, but you can imagine tendons, bones, bark. I almost did. See? I can't. Anyways, it splits open And from it emerges a thing. It almost glides across the ground on a carpet of fungal tendrils and thin roots and bones. As it splits out of the tree and towers above you, drifting towards you. As it does, the light in the room from the continual fire spells dims and the shadows grow deeper. You haven't taken an action yet.
I have not. But it has revealed itself to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does Dimension Door require a willing participant?
Yes.
I thought it just says you can bring a person.
Let me read the spell.
Maybe it's. Well, I haven't double checked.
You can carry one willing creature of your size or smaller.
It needs to be willing.
Now,
right. And
you have been gifted. You have one use of Tiberius Wanderstave that you could use to work some bullshit magic.
Yeah. We could probably do something better than just transporting him.
Turn him into a sheep, polymorph him, and then carry him out.
And then you can get Minthara in your party without killing all those people.
I feel like that's like a Baldur's Gate TikTok now.
Yeah,
I haven't played any
exploit.
Baldur's Gate, but I imagine people are they're just using polymorph all the time. There's a lot of options I could do here. Now, the scroll to imprison him requires it to be weakened, I believe, when I did the Incarnate check.
Correct.
Him in a vulnerable state, like, he's just opened himself up. I feel like we've just skipped the first phase of the fight. And this is the second phase, and he's not actually
Correct.
He's not actually weakened. Like, I couldn't just read the scroll out and imprison him. Yeah, I mean, I'll just try and buy time, I think.
Okay.
I would buy time by describing. I'd start drawing a teleportation circle out.
Okay.
And it's a very loose teleportation circle, so the casting time on that is like 1 minute. Takes a round, but like it's a loose one yet. The destination not yet known, but I'm just buying time and being like, "This is what we're gonna use to get you out of here." See, trust me. Yeah.
Okay. Lon. Now you know this thing is permeable, if still horrible.
Yes.
What's the plan?
So-
What's the play?
So when you say permeable, my first play was to just look around the room and try and find a way through this thing. I would assume most of these royal chambers are going to be built with some kind of like side passages, perhaps even secret entrances and exits or corridors. But also, if the vines themselves move, perhaps there are ways through that as well. So, yeah, that's what I would like to have a look for.
Okay. There's definitely side passages. But yeah, it literally looks like the side passages start. Yeah, I did that on purpose, actually, when I did this. I just remembered that. The side passages are over here. Because it's
So
this
they're past the
huge.
wall.
Yeah, it's this huge open, like, courtroom that you're supposed to walk into to impose upon you the grandiosity of this kingdom. And so the other passageways aren't until a bit further back.
So how about the height of the wall? Is it possible? It kind of looks like on the left-hand side and the right-hand side here that we've got a two-tiered system. That it's possible that we might be able to climb up and jump over the top of the wall. Is that feasible?
If you climbed up, you would be. They reach close to the ceiling, but like that's where they're the thinnest, right? If you could go in, climb up, and then go over the hedge, that would probably be the least horrible option. That still involves the hedge in some capacity.
Right. Okay. And what was the other thing that I wanted to take a look at? It was so I also have a feature or a trait or something called
Mhm.
Land Stride, which allows me to move through non-magical, difficult terrain with no extra movement cost. How would you describe the vines? I mean, are we talking kind of normal, dense, viney
These are
brush,
magical.
or
They're wiggling. They're creepy. They're like semi-alive in ways that they should not be. They're definitely magical.
yeah? So we'd have to be hacking our way through there. That doesn't seem particularly
Right. Or
conducive to a good
climb up
idea.
and over, or try to just like
Yeah.
wiggle your way through because they're moving a lot. They're not like a total solid lattice. They're I'm sure
Okay.
nothing bad would happen if you walked through it either.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm sure that would be absolutely fine. So I've got 60 feet of movement, so I wouldn't even be able to get through it, but I would be able to in the next turn.
Mhm.
What skill does climbing use if I was going to try
Athletics.
and climb up? Yeah, we're pretty athletic. I'm gonna try and scale up the side of this feature that's on the left-hand side of the
Mhm.
room and see if I can find a path that's going to allow me to, potentially cling onto a vine and descend down it on the other
Okay.
side.
Give me an athletics check. Because we're not full fighting yet, I'm inclined to be a little bit loosey-goosey with the that wasn't excellent.
Holy mother of God, a 10.
That was not you rolled a 5 on the die. Yes, like not the best
Yeah.
roll I've ever seen.
That certainly isn't the best roll.
Yeah,
10 is
so
precisely mediocre.
Yep.
here's
a
what I'm going
very
to say. You see all
mediocre
those
climb.
skulls recently installed, not part of the normal vibe of this place. See all those skulls? They make it pretty easy to climb this. However, as you get near the top, getting a grip becomes difficult. And you lose your footing for a moment. You lose your handhold. Your other hand holds on just fine. But one skull gets ripped out of the wall as your hand, like, oh, that one was loose, and it clatters to the ground. You have successfully climbed up most of the way, but it made a noise. And that noise has attracted unwanted attention. You remain invisible, but the awareness rating has gone from like a teal to a yellow.
Right.
If the terrorist threat level
I
reaches chartreuse, we're in trouble.
Can I see who has particularly cottoned on to this? Because I
Well,
would imagine
given-
if I've got 60 feet of movement, if I pop my dash, I'm trying to aim for the very top left of what's currently.
Well, they're
around
kind of
there,
a
so
hive mind right
something,
now.
Something
So
like this.
if one of them notices, all of them notice.
I see.
So every single archer in this room is now looking at that wall.
Right. That's not particularly great, but I'm just going to believe in my invisibility.
Okay. Don't mess up. All right. As you climb your way up, a single skull goes scattering down to the ground, bouncing off one of the writhing vines before shattering against the floor. As you do so, looking to see if you've been noticed, you see the other lurking elven agents leaving their posts. Now 4 of them block the way out of the room.
Not fantastic, but okay.
Pim, it's your turn. You are gargling in what you hope are the correct obscenities in a language you don't understand. Aside from that, is there anything else you wish to do at this time?
Yes.
Gargling is a free action.
That's had a little too much Wookiee in it. Cast tongues on myself so that I know what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
That lasts for 1 hour. I can touch myself and I can understand any spoken language I hear. And when I speak, any creature that knows at least one language can hear and understand me.
Great. You've now activated bullshit mode.
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
It's like the definition of my character. Can I what?
I was just had like an out of. I don't know. I was just wondering, can you still speak another language and ensure that people don't understand you, or is it just any language you speak from that point on, everyone can understand you? So like for example, we can't talk to each other anymore, like in another language.
but I
Telepathy
read
will
lips.
still work.
Telepathy. I can
telepathy
still
will
speak
work.
to you telepathically,
Okay.
and I can read lips. So.
And if you
don't-
speak, if Tiberius speaks a language that they don't speak, but Pim speaks, then you're covered. It's only if Pim talks, everyone
Right.
understands automatically.
Yeah.
So, that's my. I'm a con artist. I'm not a con artist. I'm absolutely an elven cleric.
Well, Elven Cleric, now that you can use your charisma-based skills, is there anything you want to do with them?
Well, I already cast a spell this turn.
You can talk. You
So-
can make a skill check.
I have no idea what Tiberius has been saying to date, but I'm gonna be oh great one, oh welcome, and like tentacle bow to the one that just came out of the tree.
You are not one with the flesh.
I am
Not
my
yet.
own flesh. I'm helping his flesh. I'm of his flesh.
Not.
We are
yet.
one flesh.
Yes, but we're hoping to be at some point in the near future. Not immediately, because we need all our faculties to make sure that you can get to the world tree. We need our minds here. This is some delicate magic at work. If you take away our individuality at this point, too many risks. Too many risks.
Yes. The world tree. We're going to the world tree.
Yes, my assistant. We're going to the world tree. The great one is being delivered to infect the world and the greater beyond. As is their right. As is their right.
Yes, of course, master. Tentacles grow a little longer. You can see they've actually punched holes in my jacket, so they are not an illusion, for whatever that's worth.
I'm like, this is really good. Like,
You're quite talented at this, huh? Have to learn that trick. Okay.
I'll
Give me that deception check. Give me that deception roll, please.
Oh, okay.
The 34. Okay.
34.
You know, when you're good at something, you're good at something. Alan O'Dell, take notes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think we're a little higher level than Alan at this point.
Slightly.
And I will. Oh, I can't. I already cast a spell. Just kidding. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Where are we standing?
You are
we still
currently
right in the middle of them.
here. You can move if you want. Tiberius has walked up right next to the thing that stepped out of the tree.
I'll stand right behind Tiberius, like
Mhm.
just to the left of him, like right here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
The rest of them are watching and observing your work, Tiberius. The king and the queen actually step forward on either side and just stare down in perfect unison at the teleportation circle that you are drawing out. That is, in fact, complete nonsense.
Okay, so it is nonsense for now. I need to do a bit of funny work.
Go ahead. Do thy funny work.
Some sleight of hand work, which I'm really bad at.
Okay.
But I need to. How would this work? So if I want to slyly cast minor illusion to make it appear as if I'm making a portal to this grand destination, but in reality, I'm trying to rack my brain for other places that Tiberius would have been at this point, but I don't really know too many because again, he's not a lowly adventurer, but I mean, how far would he have visited?
You would have known Galajon at this point. You would have known Vercinget at this point. A teleportation circle only goes to a specific other teleportation circle. So if you're actually going to do a teleportation circle here, this would be like in the middle of a populated area for the most part. Shine Bright's house. Shine Bright has one.
Right. Okay.
Because most teleportation circles go somewhere. If you want to go somewhere that's not somewhere, you're going to have to come up with something different.
So Tiberius, listen, the people here will be saved if we move it, but if we move it to another population center, they won't. The people here won't know. And we're not really dealing with the problem. We're just kind of moving it. But I will be known as the savior of Elmspire.
Bren,
you're about to.
No, it's not that. It's not that. There's another teleportation circle you would know. Ardelane's Island.
Oh no.
This is after that duel. You already have the staff. You'd know that teleportation circle.
How do we break the future in 3 steps?
So there's a couple of things I need, which is I need to commit a minor illusion to make it appear that the portal the entire time is not where I'm sending it. And it needs to be beautiful, intricate carvings of that look very, very well fleshed out, and you can see the very minor manifestation of a glimmer of a portal, the way it opens up, but it's all golden roots and branches. It's beaming. It looks majestic. It's unguarded. It's ripe for the taking. I need this thing to look succulent to this great one, right? Just the very makings of it. So do I need to roll a
Arcana?
An Arcana check.
Just for the quality of the illusion.
Okay.
24.
24. Is that a 1?
That's a natural one.
The big bad rolling in that 1.
I have
you
a plus
fool!
11
You
on that.
bumbling idiot!
Yeah.
It's so thirsty for freedom.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still cooking, right? Are you intending to just like cook for 10 rounds and open up this teleportation circle and just be like, yep, come on through?
We still haven't popped that Silent City thing, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, I'm just checking.
I haven't forgotten.
The plan is to continue to gaslight him and being like, the final preparations are in order, but it's up to you to walk through.
I'd
to
like
let
to
go.
Assist by just being like, it's so beautiful, master.
But we cannot go, apprentice. We cannot step through. We would taint the land. They would know our presence instantly. It is only for the great one. It is only for the great one. We cannot step through. We cannot.
Shudders backwards.
We are not worthy. We are not worthy. We are
I'm not worthy.
We are not
I'm
worthy.
not worthy.
And then I would begin to put the final preparations onto the teleportation circle for the island.
Okay.
You say final, but what you mean is the beginning, because it's going to take you another 8 rounds.
I started it.
Here's what we're gonna say, because as far as I know, Bren and Ash, first off, we're over $1,800 raised. Thank you to Ballin, Lawlin, Walking Armories, Swing Chip. I've been keeping track of all the horrible things you've requested, and should the excrement strike the overhead oscillator, everything's happening at once. Well, yeah, thank you so much. Now, before we get to Josh, Brendan, Ash, is your intention to just keep up the con all the way through the casting? Is there any other things you're going to try to throw in here?
I'm going to add a bardic inspiration to Bren again, but otherwise that's my intention, is to keep up the con.
Okay, I want to break turn order here because I got a natural 1 and I don't want to take half an hour to go through 8 rounds of, oh, nope, we're here. And I want to instead focus on our Gloomstalker. What is your plan? What are you doing? If they just keep on cooking, what's naturally going to happen with you?
Well, first step is that we need to get down from this tower on the other side of the wall, because at the moment I can barely see what's going on, but I can't quite tell what's happening.
Cool. Give me an athletics check, please. Unless there was something.
Well,
else
I'm not trying to
do.
jump down. I've got a rope in my pack, so I'm planning. As long as I believe, because of greater visibility, as long as I'm holding it, as long as it's like, I don't know whether it says on my person actually, or whether it just says you're in contact with it. Anything the target is wearing or carrying. I guess
Once
that's
it's
not
tied
really
up,
a
you're not
rope
carrying
type
it
action.
anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and slither down a vine.
Give me an acrobatics check then.
Oh god damn. Oh, only an 11.
An 11. Okay. The ichor that they secrete, it's this pale, acidic, sticky substance. And merely by being in contact with it on the way down, you take 9 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
But you manage to land.
I have a reaction here that allows me to store some acid damage. It's called absorb elements.
Okay, do you want to cast that? It'll reduce the damage by half. You have a lot of hit points. 9 isn't that much, right?
Yeah, but it also adds it to the next melee attack that I do as well. So
if you make it within the next round, though, right?
Oh, is that all it does? It just says store it for your next melee attack. Oh, yes, sorry, it does. It has a duration of 1 round.
Yeah, I just don't want you to waste it. That's all. I don't want you to waste it.
We won't bother with that. I misunderstood how it worked. I
all
thought you
good.
just banked it. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to take that damage.
Okay. But you managed to slide down, do a cool invisible combat roll upon the ground, erase your fingerprints, so now you can do crimes.
Nice, wonderful. Though I never would, obviously.
Obviously not. Obviously
I
not.
will kill those that do crimes.
Well, you're chaotic good. Do you care about the law?
No, I really don't. But if you do crimes upon me, or
there we
if
go.
you're generally evil. So here's Lon's general strategy here. First of all, I want to scout out. So some of these, the ones that look like they've blocked off the exit, they look like the elites that we saw in the previous room. But there's 2 other beings here in front of where the king and queen previously were, and Lon wants to scout those out as well.
These 2 right here?
Yes.
Elite archers. Not like the rank and file in the front room. These are heavily trained snipers charged with protecting the king and queen under normal circumstances.
And the king and queen themselves, do they look like they are decked out to be threats? You said that the queen had a large magical bow or something.
Yes, the queen has a magical bow and a number of specialty enchanted arrows. The king is known to be a practicing enchanter.
And the other part to this too is, now that the being is in full view of me and I'm invisible at this time as well, I'd like to get, not particularly close, but close enough to get a good view and roll an investigation check, like an intelligence check, for things that I would know about beings that present like this, that are monstrosities or aberrations.
Sure. Are you proficient in history?
I'm proficient in investigation, which is the main intelligence check that it has.
It's just going to give you different types of information. You know what I mean?
I mean, I could roll the history. It's just
do history for me
as much, but
with advantage because it still applies. A 13.
That's not that great.
It's not the best. This is a unique creature. This is not a creature that has been seen anywhere else before, but it's of a kind that historically exists. Creatures of this rank, of this power, of this unique corrupting nature, once infested the lost continent of Tamrian, covering it in an enchanted mist. They existed basically as avenues of corruption for the One Flesh, and here in the heart of its power is where it's going to be the strongest. Now give me an investigation check.
And specifically with the investigation, what I'm looking for is whether there's any necessary like physical component or something like that to connect it to the beings that are under this influence.
Got it. Okay, 21. It is probably doing this via spores, although aberrations are known to have mental connections. So likely what happens is once these others are infested with this fungus, it modifies their minds and their nervous systems to make them almost like a tuning fork on the same frequency as this thing's psychic emanations. If you killed this, it would not necessarily stop all the others from being the way they are, but it might break apart the hive mind at the very least. But you would need to seal this thing off, prevent it from using psychic abilities in order to accomplish that. It's not a physical connection. You got a dirty 20, right?
21.
A 21.
A dirty 21.
Okay. All right. It's likely it's going to be pretty intellectually powerful and difficult to pull one over on.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'd like to do then, as they're creating this summoning circle, Lon is starting to get more and more anxious that this is not a bit. Haha, guys. It was funny earlier when you made the tentacles and it looked like you were deceiving it. I am not aware of too much arcana. And I don't think I would necessarily be aware of the actual. So what is the presentation of this teleportation circle? You've put an illusion on top of it, but Bren, can you indicate what it would be like?
It's a big chalk circle initially. Looks very intricate, and it's the early manifestation. So it's a shimmering portal frame almost. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it from your angle, but it looks, because of the illusion, it looks like it just like it is creating a beautiful entryway to Valhalla. It's like golden roots coming through, beaming light. It looks like a divine area ripe for the taking for some evil entity.
So what I'd like to do is I would like to get up to this kind of position as the teleportation circle is being created through dashes essentially with to move into this kind of spot. And I'd like to roll an insight check on whether my party is actually doing this for real. So I'd like to try and gauge from Lon's perspective whether or not he has the capacity to see through this.
Does he have to beat my deception check?
I kind of
Or
think he
can he-
does. Like,
Fuck.
if you're not, yeah, it's gonna be an insight check. If you're not aware of his presence, so you can't broadcast to him that this is not a bit, then yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah, because this is starting to get a bit too real. And Lon has got a lot of paranoia about allowing evil entities to get too far along. He just wants to stamp them out. So what am I doing? An insight check against
An insight
DC?
check, and I need both of our other heroes to roll deception checks, please.
Okay, I've rolled a 22.
Versus
29.
a 29 and a 16. Okay, so I think you'd be able to ascertain that Tiberius this is a bit. He's going along with it. This is a bit. He has this trickster magic and all that stuff, but you are not getting a solid read on the other one at all.
Those tentacles are looking mighty real. Yeah.
They are.
There's holes in her cloak. There's
PvP,
holes in-
PvP.
No. It wouldn't be. I mean, Lon wouldn't immediately go for the party anyway. It was just a concern, right? I think what's going through Lon's head right now, to be clear to everybody as well, is that he doesn't want the big bad to be going through this teleportation circle if it was actually a real thing, right? But now that he is feeling a bit more confident in Tiberius, he's allowing it to progress without immediately just launching into violence. So I would say what Lon is currently doing as this kind of teleportation circle wraps up is waiting for the move, but getting close enough to the point where he could strike if it looks like the teleportation circle would be going wrong. So trying to get within a movement and action kind of space.
Okay. Roll a stealth check with advantage because of the greater invisibility. Okay.
19.
A 19. I think that's
Brent?
going to cut it. What?
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Please continue. I'll ask my question in a minute.
Go ahead and move yourself up and then ask your question.
Bryn, did you share with us what the scroll does? Do we know anything about it, or did you just read about it and we're just like, he's
I
got a
did not
scroll?
share it. Yeah, I just have it. I was given a scroll. Yeah.
but I know that the elf gave him a scroll.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lon just thinks that's wizardy shit. He's like, yeah, the wizard's got it.
Nerd stuff. Who cares?
So
Yeah,
while he's
basically.
preparing the teleportation circle, be like, "Oh, master, I am nothing, but also don't forget, not that you would ever forget, but you should not forget the important scroll that makes it operate."
The scroll that makes it operate. Yes. Yes. No, I know. Yes.
I'm
And
sorry,
like,
I am not worthy.
it is fine. The mortal mind is feeble sometimes, as the Great One knows. The mortal minds are feeble. Not that we can't be trusted. We're very capable of this complex magic, but
We're feeble, and yet we can be
sometimes-
trusted. No, we're
yet
feeble, but competent.
sometimes things will slip out.
I don't know
and,
that he needs to have
okay.
taken damage. I'm just like, why aren't you using the thing?
Yes. It's all in good time, my apprentice. All in good time.
My apologies.
Tiberius is thinking the whole time. He's like, if this is ancient sealing magic that's been used on him before, he doesn't want to write any signs of it into the chalk. He's not communicating this to you because there's no real way for him to do that.
Mhm.
But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to give off any signs because this is a very delicate operation. Essentially, what we're trying to do here is we're cheesing the boss fight. We're skipping the combat here by doing a lot of delicate checks.
We're
and
stacking
balances.
crates, you know?
Yeah, we're
Horse
exactly. We have explosive crates just about to be formed above the boss's heads, and it's going to blow up. But the yeah, he doesn't really want to give anything away, but it was part of his consideration now, especially so that maybe he could write the scroll into the circle, like on some grand scale. But also he doesn't want to give anything away because I suppose it's a minor illusion.
You were
over it,
casting
but-
an illusion, yeah.
Yeah,
And are the king and queen are elves as well, right?
Yes. The sheer amount of like panic scenes that I'm pulling up in the background because of all the different things I didn't plan on. Anyways, okay. So is the intention here to complete the circle and just have it be a teleportation circle to Ardalane's Island, or do you want to cook the spell into it as well?
See, so from Tiberius's perspective, he thinks the best odds of success. They've already, it feels like we persuaded the big bad. He feels like the best chance of success is getting this thing through the portal, moving into basically a non-lethal area. I mean, it fucks up Artelane, who's on the island, but listen, who cares about him? We have a personal rivalry. I don't give a fuck. So it kind of ruins his day, but it then creates an open playing field in which we can take care of him maybe later. Is my thought process with it, right? So it's like we're shifting the problem. You know, maybe Tiberius has undiagnosed ADHD. He's just like, I'll move the problem to another day. Another
Take the
session, another
problem.
one shot. Yeah. We'll move it. We'll push it back until the anxiety gets too much. And then we've got to go to the island. But for now, we'll continue with the plan. But there's a lot of options here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the plan is to make a teleportation circle that goes to Ardalane's Island. Very good.
Yeah.
And Josh, your plan is to wait and watch and just make sure nothing goes wrong, right?
Yes. If Bren at some point gets rid of the illusion that's over the top of it, which I'm not sure whether he's intending to do, then I'd like to try to ascertain where the teleportation spell is going to try and tell what the hell they're doing. But until that, for as long as the illusion is there, I'm just waiting.
Okay. Then, over the course of a minute, Tiberius, are you casting the level 5 spell teleportation circle?
Yeah.
Which means if a minute has passed, Bless is gone, by the way.
Correct. Okay. Bren, please roll 1d10.
Don't like the sound of that. That's a 7.
Ash, please roll 1d10.
That's a 1.
Oh.
Josh, please roll 1d10.
It might not be bad. Maybe.
Feels like It feels like a 1 is hard to make good.
Okay.
Oh,
7,170. What is
Oh, you're
that?
using this table?
ones and tens are very bad for that table. Ones and tens are extremely polarizing. But I think it's good that we're not doing that.
I
On the
love this table,
beginning
but
of
not
it.
in this instance.
Okay.
It's
You invoke the teleportation circle. For a moment, there's a strange technicolor flash underneath all of it, but then it's gone. So that went fine. The teleportation circle's only open for 1 round. What do you do?
Great one. The new plane awaits. We cannot follow you through, but a new land awaits. New possibilities. You are free to break past the cycle.
Okay.
Oh, I am not worthy.
The sovereign that lies beneath this place is dead. We shall prevail. All will be one at last.
And so the vestige of corruption steps into the teleportation circle. We now flash to a misty island, on the shores of a misty island, far, far away. An archmage stands before an altar. Ancient scripts and texts before him. Along he has set a shattered mask, smooth and featureless, now broken in pieces. There are 7 candles burning in front of it. There are pages and scripts that are rotting, dissolving into nothingness as they struggle to hold on to reality because of the glyphs that have been inscribed upon them. Words that erase words. His eyes are rolled into the back of his head as he holds out his hands, incanting a spell. Before him, in the crystal ball that rests upon the altar, a vision begins to coalesce, fighting back against him at every moment to avoid coming into focus. Until at last it does. And through this sphere, the great archmage perceives a vast plain of gray dust, a landscape devoid of every shade and hue, and from it rises an enormous mountain upon which a city built in the scale for giants, and up from the bottom of this city, staircases, each of them easily 10 feet tall per step, and a gate, 7 of them, one after the other in succession. As finally he focuses himself and he sees the results, at last he glimpses what should lie beyond mortal ken. And then the teleportation circle behind him glows. And he stops and turns around. Behind him is the vestige of corruption, now standing in the light of day, a light which smolders and burns as it touches its flesh, a light that was never meant for it to endure. And even as it does, as it causes this accelerated rot, that rot blossoms into shadows and into darkness, spreading out to obscure the hateful sun. Ardelane looks at this horrifying creature and wonders why these surges of technicolor, multifaceted, multi-hued magic are glowing around its hands and feet, which have transformed unexpectedly into pig's hooves. And suddenly it clicks, for he knows this magic. And in a moment of panic and frustration, he screams a name that echoes across the waters of the Siolok, disturbing the sea dragon Shiva who dwells beneath it. Wanderstave! Oh, well, I didn't mean to pull up the Silent City, but you know, here it is. Anyways, the
Excellent.
vestige of corruption vanishes. Poof.
Is the teleportation circle gone with it, or does it survive for the
It-
round?
It lasts for exactly 1 round. So if anyone else wants to go in or do anything else with it right now, then, you know, knock yourself out. But it is
Lon-
going to fade at the end of this round.
I still.
Lon
Okay, never mind.
Is Lon was convinced that what was happening here was a fake teleportation spell that was going to actually bind this monster. And what's actually happened is it vanished. And if there's one thing Lon cannot abide, it is evil escaping out into the world. Lon is going to also dive through the teleportation circle.
Lon! Wait, we can't see you,
No,
so we don't know that you've done this.
no, I mean, unless there's a noise or something. Nope, I'm just through.
Let's say that the teleportation circle flares twice. Once when the creature enters, and then a second time for no adequately explained reason.
In Tiberius's head, what was that second thing? What was that?
Yeah, what
Did you do
what
that?
was I didn't do that. What did we just send through?
I don't know.
What
Are we
where did
still
I send it?
surrounded by? And we're so. What's happening to the
Nothing yet.
things around us?
I think
Nothing yet.
I think as well, it would probably be obvious to them that it was Lon that had gone through, because I am sure that Lon would have said something. He'd have gone, "Oh bollocks," and just run through it
Okay.
or something like that. Or "You're not getting away," you know, something of that kind of
Okay.
aspect.
In
And
which
I would
case,
I would look at you and I'd be like, was that Lon?
shit. Pulls all the tentacles back in, and suddenly, like, back to looking elven, holes in the jacket, like, eyes go back to normal. Heaves a heavy sigh and see you on the other side. Dives in.
I'm like, we could have just left him to someone else's problem.
I mean, you
And
can still leave us.
I'm just gonna dive in.
Just salmon dive in.
Yep.
Whoop.
Oh.
Whoop. Lon, you're still invisible.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I look humanoid again and no longer like a tentacle beast.
Roll for initiative again.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1. What is wrong with my character?
That's not good.
You had summoning
we did not roll
sickness.
as well this time.
You had summoning sickness, that's all. Okay. Tiberius got in. Pim is on an 11.
Oh, I still didn't grab my token. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, actually, sorry, I've been rolling my initiative incorrectly as well. It should have a +3 extra bonus because of my Dread Ambusher, but I thought
Ooh.
it just did it automatically. Oh,
Must
well,
not
maybe
have.
It does do it automatically. It doesn't look like it does, though.
You're
Yeah,
getting
it does.
a
because-
+7 right now.
Yes. You should not be getting a
right,
+7
okay.
unless your
right.
your dex is like 24.
No. Yeah, it's added then.
Okay. Immediately upon arrival, the vestige of corruption is in the sunlight. It does not like the sunlight. So, frankly, the play may still work out in your favor to some degree. However, it turns around And it's not dumb. You're just really good at lying. It puts 2 and 2 together pretty quickly. And it would very much like things to not be bright anymore. So it fires a bolt of corruption at Tiberius Wanderstave. It rolls a 23 to hit, and of course I put the Hungry Darkness on the other page because I was expecting the fight to happen there, not on Ardling's freaking island, but that's beside the point. All right. It fires a bolt of corruption at you. The bolt of corruption strikes you for 23 points of necrotic damage and stays right there.
Oh.
It fires a second bolt of corruption at Pim. A 29 to hit. You take 18 necrotic damage, and a second sphere of darkness appears around you. Finally, it uses a bonus action. No, yeah, is that what it? Yes. It uses a bonus action to move both of these spheres of darkness towards it. And it steps forward and is no longer in the sun. Pim, it's your turn. You're about halfway in the Hungry Darkness, which functions as Hunger of Hadar. You can hear a horrible slithering, slurping sound as these otherworldly forces entwine around you. For starting your turn in the area, you take 2d6 cold damage.
Oof.
Lon Quartercock has donated $120, pushing us over the $2,000
That's
limit.
not his name. That's not his name. That's not his name.
And requested Tiberius Wanderstave's Surge of Potency. Guess what, Tiberius? That spell slot you just burned on a Circle of Magic, it's back. Congratulations.
Let's go.
Pim, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I will. Let's see. I have no active spells up right now, right? I have given 1 bardic inspiration to Tiberius already that you still have, just as a reminder that you didn't use from
Boink.
when we were making the thingy, the Jiggy McBobby. I will. And if I bardically inspire somebody else, his goes away, right? So I have to wait
Nope.
till he uses it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You can just keep
Well,
dishing it out.
I actually can't bardically inspire Lon because I don't know where he is. So instead, I'll be like, oh, well, that actually hurt a bit. Just to be clear, I did not appreciate that.
Noted and
Understand me?
logged.
Yeah, I'm sure it really cares.
I will kind of like look around for a moment and see our Ardelane behind me, right? Oh, who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
Pim, pleasure to meet you. And kind of back up a little bit out of the sphere of darkness, so I'm not standing in it anymore.
Cool. Go ahead.
Just next to Tiberius, I guess. And cast be like, don't like the way this feels. I will cast Aura of Vitality.
Ooh, okay.
An energy spell radiates from me with a 30-foot radius. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with me. I can use a bonus action to cause 1 creature, including myself, to regain 2d6 hit points. So as a bonus action this turn, I will gain 2d6 hit points because that hurt.
Cool. It rolled a 5 and a 1. You get 6 health.
Cool. I'll take it. At least that undoes the last bit a little bit. It's not a ton, but it's something I can do as a bonus action and leave up, so that's great. And then kind of to Ardelane, like, can you Can you? I'm like point at the thing. It had a lot of tentacles before.
You give us a hand, Artelane, please, you hack of a wizard.
Oh, it's like that. I see.
Okay, anything else, Pim?
That'll do it. Actually,
Okay.
I'll bardically inspire Artelane. You look like you can help.
He can't help.
I believe in you, even though I don't know you.
Okay. The Vestige of Corruption uses a legendary action to spread its aura of madness across the island. That same cacophony of horrifying noises that consumed Tiberius's mind earlier is now being shared with the entire class. Congratulations. All of you must roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh, God. Now,
Oh, can I?
Tides of Chaos?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can Tides of Chaos.
I would like to Tides of Chaos that, please.
Yep. Go ahead and roll again.
you know, I also have advantage against plants that are magically created. I suppose this isn't really a magically created plant, is it?
It's adjacent. It's plant adjacent. You can have advantage on that.
Let's go. Didn't work.
An 11. Tiberius, a 21 saves. Pim, a 16. No, it's in the sun now. That reduces its DCs. That's right. Okay, a 16 saves. The 15
Is it in the sun because of those two spheres of darkness?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You can have an extra experience point for your honesty. You failed your save. So the two of you are now under a confusion effect. As for good old Artelane, he has advantage on this, and he still fails. So now he has lost his mind as well.
He had bardic inspiration. Did he use his 1d10?
Oh, yeah, we're doing that immediately. Immediately. Okay, a 22 saves. So there's that. All right. He is not driven beyond the pale of sanity. Okay.
As mere mortals, however.
Okay. Artelane looks at the entire situation and then just says, "Stop!" And he casts Time Stop.
Oh, he might not be a hack wizard.
Temporarily freezing time for 5 rounds. Jesus.
The rest of this session will take place in the space of a millisecond.
Okay, I need to do a couple of things real quick. Because he now has 5 turns to take just by himself. Which I'm not going to action figure you through. I already know what he's going to do. Okay. In the flash of an eye, Artelane is now standing way the hell over here. The vestige of corruption is completely sealed inside of a wall of force. And he has an iron flask in his hands.
Artelane has an iron flask.
Artelane has an iron flask in
Right.
his hands. He's cast a wall of force, and all of his defensive buffs are activated.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Lon, it's your turn. Roll 1d10.
Oh, wonderful.
Actually,
A 1.
immediately upon... Yeah, so in the flash of an eye before anything else, you suddenly smell something absolutely horrible. Something just disgusting. Something like a skunk that is on a durian fruit diet. Roll
Far when he was going past us?
a charisma saving throw, please, with advantage.
Okay.
Just him or
18.
all of us?
Anyone who failed their save before, roll a new one with advantage. Okay. There's something smeared across your face right under your nose, and it's horrible. But it snapped you out of the confusion. The effect is now broken.
I leave it there. What doesn't kill me must make me stronger.
You can take your turn, but the vestige of corruption is currently sealed inside of a wall of force.
Right. Another question as well. When we're inside of this darkness, is the creature using dark vision in order to see while it's in there?
No, it has devil sight.
Right. Okay.
You did start your turn in the darkness, so you can go ahead and enjoy 3 points of cold damage because it's.
I'd love 3 points of cold damage.
Enjoy.
It'd be delightful. I will. What the hell is a wall of force when it's at home? Would I know what this is?
Virtually impermeable.
Right. And presumably some kind of concentration spell thing.
Yeah, Arlene is concentrating on it right now.
Well, then I'm going to take my turn to just move further away from this being, I suppose.
And you use greater
And-
invisibility, right? So you're still invisible even though you took damage? Cool.
Yeah. Do I need some kind of thing to see whether I'm still concentrating?
Nope, because a fraction of a second passed. You're fine.
Right.
Also, Arlene has in his other hand a scroll, made of silver, made of the metal silver.
But he took
Okay.
damage, right? So doesn't he need to check his concentration?
You do need to make a con save, yes. It'll be pretty easy.
Moi?
Yes, to maintain concentration on the spell. It's a pretty low DC.
Okay. 20.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to move just a little further away. Well, I've got 30 foot. I'm going to move somewhere over here, like to this kind of spot. Actually, I'm going to move here, not quite using the entirety of it, but just staying on slightly higher ground. And I'm going to call out to Artelane like a disembodied voice. What are you planning to do, weird wizard boy?
What the infernal hells did you bring to my island? What is that?
It's a terrible beast of evil. Get it
I
out of
can
the
see
sphere and let me
that.
kill it. Get it out of the sphere and let me kill it, old wizard boy.
Okay, get ready. On my mark.
Oh, I'm not ready. I moved further away. I'm distinctly unready.
Okay, actually, while he was during his turn, he made an Arcana check and got a 32. How did you bring a vestige of the one flesh to my island?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
I
Wizard
want the
boy,
answers.
I like
Wanderstave.
that, Lon. Lon, that's good. Wizard boy. I like that.
We got lucky and the laughing god thought it was amusing. Haha! It's a funny joke.
Let me guess. None of you can cast solar magic, right?
I have various colors at my disposal.
I'm just gonna growl.
I might someday be able to learn it, but no.
That doesn't
will
help us
kill
right
it,
now.
Wizard boy. I will kill it.
Then move into position so
You
when I
could
give this
just give
signal,
me an hour and I could bind it.
I don't think Wall of Force lasts for an hour.
I have a longbow anyway, so I'm fine in this spot. I'll just shout over. Yeah, I mean, I'll just retcon the fact that I said I wasn't in position. I'll just be like, yeah.
Okay. Ready? Then you want to ready in action?
Yes, it's still my turn, right? So I've just moved the normal amount.
Right. So you
So-
can ready in action to fire as soon as Wall of Force goes down.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. How does readying actions work? Do I get to ready like the bonus action and the action and like essentially take an entire turn, or how does that
Nope.
function?
So the way it works is you use your action on this turn and then when your action gets triggered, you use your reaction to do the thing. So if you have a bonus action, use it now on your turn. What is your bonus action?
Right. My bonus action's Hunter's Mark, and I'm not sure whether it goes through the sphere.
let's see the description.
The description of Hunter's Mark is you choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry.
You can see it, and it's in range.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark as my bonus action on Big Baddie, on the vestige of corruption, and then I'm gonna ready an attack with my. Well, actually, if I'm gonna ready an attack, I'm gonna move slightly closer as well because I still have about 10 meters of movement, and I'm gonna ready a what do you call it, like melee attack.
Cool, because that's your jam. All right. I'm putting a clock on you because you have a ready to action. Boop. Tiberius, it's your turn.
Okay. I have a plan.
I have a plan. He says, drawing a triangle that looks like it's about to explode.
I like this plan less and less.
I'm gonna use one of my actions for this, which is the quicken spell. So I'm gonna spend 2 sorcery points to change the cast time to a bonus action for one of my spells. I'm going to use that to cast what's it called? Dimension Door, I believe. The one that teleports me. And I want to teleport up to this high ground here.
Cool. Hey, remember how you used Tides of Chaos earlier?
Yes.
Roll 1d10.
5.
And Ash, roll 1d10.
Oh dear God.
And Josh, get ready to roll 1d10. 5,300. I'm just scrolling to the 53 area. 5,370.
Don't roll.
5,370.
Oh, you rolled 0. 1d0.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
rolled a
There was
D0. You didn't put it in
Oh,
a D10.
yeah, a D0 is not going to help, is it?
There was something specific about like everything
Yeah, if you
that begins with a certain number or
If you
ends with a
get
certain
10,
number.
if you get 4 10s, the sun blows up.
That's why I'm saying we could blow up the sun.
And then
That
the
would work.
timeline's
That would kill
screwed.
it.
That would kill everything and your whole
5,
timeline
3,
too.
7, 6.
And this would be a parallel universe timeline.
Lon would be so happy. All of the evil in the world would be gone.
Okay, what's the target of a Dimension Door spell?
The target?
It's the location that you can see.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
it'd be the top of his house.
You teleport yourself. Okay, so as you teleport, you pass briefly through untold dimensions, in which you can see the vital energy that courses through all life. You can see that energy and the psychic and vital energy circulating through the bodies of everybody nearby. And you realize you can interrupt that flow with your own. The target can wish the death of someone nearby. But you would also die.
Oh my god.
Does he know he would also
Wow.
die?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, what a legend that would be, though.
Oh, also, a while ago, somebody donated a special gift just for you, Tiberius. They donated for a lingering injury, meaning that when you got slammed with that bolt of necrotic power, I need you to roll 1d20.
2.
A 2. So, one of your hands is gone.
I can fix it!
It rotted
What?
off. You want like the necrotic energy hit it and it just rotted away into nothingness.
My hand. I can still cast spells, right?
Yeah, you can cast spells. You have one free hand for casting spells. You're
I
fine.
have mage hand.
Mhm.
I can use that.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay, I will. Oh God.
you got
I'm assuming.
Your Tides of Chaos recharged, by the way, because of the Wild Surge.
Oh, excellent. I'm assuming one person here will know resurrection at some point in time.
I can learn it, but I for sure know regenerate. I can get your
Bold.
hand back.
It's really bold. There's got to be a better
I mean,
way.
the only person here, in my opinion, who looks like they would know that spell is Arthur Lane. And he
literally
Arthur Lane
asked
doesn't
Joe
like
to
me.
take that spell as a
He
safety
might
net.
not cast it on you.
Yeah, he does not like me.
I am very persuasive.
What, you're going to persuade him back to life?
No, I could persuade Ardelane to cast it.
Oh, right. I thought you meant you were just going to talk to his corpse. Like, you better get up right
Not
now.
really
Get your ass
dead.
off the
Come
ground.
on.
Yeah, I can listen. I can speak with undead. Speak with dead. It'll be fine. I can have him convince him himself.
God, that would be...
Yeah, I don't have any bullshittery for this.
Do it. Go big or go home.
I wish I did, but okay. I mean, I think Tiberius would listen. He loves being the star of the show, and he's waiting for his big break. And so, what bigger break than having just the absolute confidence that if he does this, everyone, of course, would resurrect him. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they want him back? And so, gearing up, he's on top of the roof, pointing directly at it. He's gearing up like an Olympic sprinter, and he shouts, "Artelane, you owe me one!" And a beam of light, my entire being transforms as I can see the life energy coalescing, and it clashes with what I can see as like the void type eldritch god energy, and it clashes and intertwines, and my being just disperses into him. Assuming the force field doesn't stop it, but
No, this is on a more like metaphysical level. And so
yeah.
your body remains as your life essence passes out of it, just sort of like, and then this beam charges forward. And it's one of those flash frame things where it goes silhouette and you just see it go right through its heart. And it looks at the hole in its chest, and it just starts melting into nothingness as it collapses, and Tiberius died. You know what sucks about this? Josh made a melee fighter character. How many melee attacks have you rolled this session, Josh?
0. That's a 0 on that. That's an absolute 0. What my character has essentially done is wait to attack, and then wait to attack another thing, and then get ready and prep an action to attack, and then it got wished to death. And so my character has just kind of moved around from different spot to different spot while being invisible, waiting to do anything, and has now become completely superfluous and has enacted absolutely no. It is just been useless.
This is like your last Viper game before you raid it over. Just going from side to
Superfluous
side.
requirements.
This is how Josh never plays a fighter again.
Oh my god.
The Alan O'Dale, the entire thing, the one time you played a good character who could fight.
Yep. The only time I played someone that wasn't about bullshitting and deception, the entire campaign got solved.
You
with
skipped
bullshitting
every
and
single
deception.
fight.
You can still fight Ardelane.
Dude, I'm of a mind to just fuck up Arthur Lane just for the shit of it.
If you
No,
want
but
to
actually-
resurrect Tiberius, I think you should.
I mean, legitimately, Lon would want to go back to Elmspire and rid the rest of the evil that was persisting there. But he also doesn't have a teleportation spell, and so resurrecting Tiberius would be the first port of call.
Okay, well, Ardelane walks forward after seeing all of that, looking absolutely dumbfounded between Tiberius, who looked really cool for a moment, and then his body just sort of flumped and fell off the roof, and looking at this rotting thing that even as it dies is poisoning and killing like the earth. The plants around nearby are dying, and its body, as it evaporates, it turns into this mist that just starts flowing out and engulfing the island. And that's the story of why that island is always misty from here on out.
Hey.
There you go.
Just me then. Can't see Lon anyway. Is he dead?
Oh no, I came out of invisibility when I casted Hunter's Mark.
That's
Right.
true. That's true.
Right. Oh, well.
And you looked
You're
really
here.
cool with your sword,
We were
by the
right.
way.
I was worried that wasn't you and we came for no reason.
No,
Is he dead?
I'm here. I'm gonna walk over to Tiberius and kick him because I'm pissed.
Off the roof?
Well, not off the. I've assumed he's slumped off the roof, so I'm just gonna give him a little like kick with my. I'm not gonna try and punt him. I'm just giving him a little kick to see if he's alive.
This is it's. Do you have any idea what you've done?
Well, we
stopped.
came. Yeah, sorry. After you, please.
We've stopped a lot of evil.
No, you've killed it, and it's just going to be reborn. Here.
Oh yeah.
Here? So not in Elmspire. Oh, mission accomplished. The laughing god thinks this is hilarious.
What was the plan? What was the plan? God damn it, Tiberius! He
Can
walks.
you fix him?
He walks over to Tiberius's corpse and sits down and casts Speak with Dead.
As he does this, Tiberius is he's like, I'm a ghostly visage just materializes, and Tiberius has got his feet up. He's like, oh, what's up? You like that little trick?
Tiberius, by the precepts of this spell, you are bound to answer me 5 questions honestly.
I can try my best.
Okay. First off, what the fuck was the plan?
Oh, well, okay, so I got sent to Elmspire with my party. You've already met my companions, right? Fantastic people. I mean, fantastic actors, for one. I mean, the performance they put on. Listen, I don't know if Lon is actually an edgelord or not, but this guy, he can play the part to a T. I mean, he sulks in the corner like nobody's business. You could put this guy in a setting of a tavern in the corner, he would be the rogue. He would be that guy. He could be him. And Pim, I was really surprised that there was some fantastic moments where they really showed their true self in some way or form. I don't know what their true self is, but they would show in elements of it for sure. I mean, it was brilliant. But anyway, we got sent to Elmspire, and there was this evil that was taking over. I know from my studies, of course. Sent to Elmspire. There was a lot of evil. We needed to deal with it, and so we get there. It's a classic scenario. Like the classic case where the kingdom is taken over and possessed. You know this? Yeah, I mean, you're familiar. And it just looked like a really sticky situation. So we did a bit of subterfuge. We did a bit of lying. We did a bit of gaslighting, girl bossing, and we deceived the big bad. And this was really the only other teleportation circle that I knew. So I decided to just bring him here. We needed a clear battleground where we could stage this battle, fight them off. Now, the one thing this has highlighted is I need more teleportation circles. After this is all said and done, I got to go out and get some more because I can't be bringing the big bads to your island again. I just can't.
Oh, that won't be a problem. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. That's we're on the same page.
Arlene, was it? Before you ask any more questions, just to be clear, do you know how to bring him back to life?
No, absolutely not. It's not wizard. That's not arcane magic. Don't be absurd.
Insight check.
Okay, roll it.
It's not great.
11. Right.
And to be honest, Lon doesn't even care to check.
Right.
He's making these gestures at Tiberius, but you can go ahead and keep talking if you'd like as well.
What do you want me to say?
The plan.
Do you?
I mean, sorry, go ahead, Pim. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just going. Tiberius, do you know how to bring yourself back to life?
Bring
there's
yourself
many ways
back. That's
one
ridiculous.
could bring yourself back. I mean, so there is a bit of bargaining that one could do with the underworld. You could traverse through several circles to bring oneself back as well. Of course, I'm an apparition now, so that'll be a little bit more difficult. Various scrolls of high-level magic, resurrection magic in particular, could do it, but those are usually tightly guarded. If you know any really good clerics, I mean, you're from your order, perhaps, maybe you could vouch for me.
Right. Yes, my order.
Mm-hmm.
I should ask. You're sure he doesn't know how to, though, right?
Oh, he probably knows. He just hates me.
Oh, well, in that case, you should probably listen. I'm going to try and cast Dominate Person on Arthelaine.
He casts no, fuck off, and just counterspells it.
It's worth a try. I do respect it. That's nice.
But, you know, we tried.
So you wanted to know the plan?
Yes. What were you going to do?
There was no plan.
There was no. Of course, there was no plan, Tiberius.
Well, it was sort of a plan, but I didn't really communicate it to my party or my team at all. It was just really a one-man show.
While this is happening, I'm going to walk over and pull the scroll out of Tiberius's pocket and just nudge Arthelaine and kind of flash it at him. Completely non-verbal, but just like...
Oh, yes, the scroll. Yeah, that's important.
I'm just going to roll my eyes and go over and start plucking the eyes from the vestige of corruption and like taking heirlooms and stuff.
Okay. A lot of them are melting into goo pretty quickly, but you've got like containers and stuff you can use to stabilize it. You've been in the business long enough. You're a monster hunter.
So obviously that didn't work. We may have started off on the wrong foot here. But before we, get too hasty, if you do know how to bring him back, I would just say I highly suggest that you do, because I happen to know something about the spells that this one has cast on himself. And if you don't like him, you should probably bring him back, because he's going to haunt this island. He's going to haunt wherever he dies forever. And he will never leave you alone.
Forever.
And ever.
Do you really want that?
And he will be your constant companion if you don't bring him back so that he can leave.
Listen, I'll throw in a bit of bargaining as well, just because I like you. I've always liked you, Arthelaine. Didn't I tell you that? I've always liked you. I'll throw in a bit of bargaining for you. Listen, next time this bad boy rolls around, I'll be there. I'll help you out, and we'll make a binding arrangement. You can bring me back from anywhere in the world at any point in time. We can make that arrangement.
I'd rather tap dance with the destroyer. Give me that. And he takes the scroll and he reads it over. Who gave this to you?
I'm just gonna shrug.
Princess.
Elf lady outside the castle.
Okay. How about this? All right, all of you. I will send you somewhere they can take care of this problem. And he gestures at the ghost, this problem for you. Okay? I will take you to a place where people will absolutely take care of this for you. Mazru. You can pick any temple you want there. They've got an entire street full of them. You'll love it. Far, far away from here. I'll take this scroll. I'll clean up this mess. And all of you...
Insight check?
Roll an insight check.
While Pim is rolling the insight check, I'm going to go over and just kind of hoist Tiberius's body over my shoulder, like fireman's lift style, getting ready to cart him off somewhere.
23.
He's 100% serious.
Oh. I mean, that doesn't sound like a terrible plan, really. But temples. Lots of... Yep.
Lots of temples. Exactly.
I'm just going to say to Arthelaine, you sure there's nobody in Elmspire? I'd quite like to go back and, wrap this all up.
That's where you want to go? Elmspire? Sure, you can go to Elmspire. That's fine. I can't guarantee they have someone there who can take care of it, but you've saved the kingdom from a terrible evil. They'll owe you.
Well, we don't need him alive. There's more evil there that I want to...
alive.
I'm going to put my hand over Tiberius's mouth.
Are they paying us?
Even though it doesn't do anything. I'm just
He's
going
an
to put it over his
apparition.
mouth. Yeah, I'm literally just going to... He's over my shoulder and I'm just covering his mouth, even though it doesn't do anything. Like we don't need him alive. I just feel like there's more to do there. Artelan.
Oh wait,
Were
I'm a
they
ghost. This doesn't work.
Were they paying us? We don't.
There
need
is-
five.
There is
We
evil.
can
Exposure.
just go back to Elmspire.
We're
and get
getting
paid.
paid in exposure. No, I mean, if you save the kingdom, obviously there's going to be some fame and reward in that for you.
Yeah, you know
Surely it
what?
would save
He died honorably, but we saved the kingdom. Didn't
But
we?
me as well.
You're dead.
But I could be alive again.
Maybe.
You get my share of the gold if you bring me back.
I get your
We
share
do
of the
if we
gold
don't.
anyway.
You wait here while I clean up your mess, and then I will send you home. I only want one thing for my troubles.
The scroll.
Mm.
No, I need the scroll in order to clean up the mess. That's part of this. No, I want something else. I want what's rightfully mine.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I may be dead, but you have to take this off my more than dead body.
I
it's
may not have
partially
the
dead.
magic to restore you to life, Tiberius, but if you don't think I have spells for a wayward spirit, you are entirely mistaken.
Oh, God. I'm not giving you the star. I'm not giving it up.
Oh, what do you want, Artelan?
I'm gonna pick up the staff and be this thing.
Yes,
No, not the-
precisely.
that-
That's
Can I?
yes.
What does it do, Pim? You want to give it a whirl?
It can't hurt, right?
Roll Windy
I'm going-
100.
I'm gonna
Who are you pointing it at?
heartily.
Roll Windy 100.
Don't point it at Artelan.
94.
On a 94. A burst of colorful, shimmering light extends from you in a 30-foot radius. You and each creature in the area that can see must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become blinded. So you just flashbang the entire party, except for Tiberius, who
Well,
is not
flash-
affected.
A
Flashbang the
con save?
piss out of me.
A con save, you said?
Yeah, con save.
Oh shit.
Well,
I am
we're all blind.
also blind. Mm. What about Artley? Oh, yep, we're all
I'm just.
You've just shaken a wand and blinded all of us.
What is going on, guys? Hello.
I after I have lesser restoration that can cure blindness,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna cure myself,
Mm-hmm.
and and I'm just gonna watch what the other two do.
Okay.
Ah! I can't see. I can't see. He begins waving the wand.
Rolled 1d100. That paid for several wand charges, so we might as well get our money's worth right now.
After two of these wand shakes, I'm gonna try and grab the wand away from her as from Pim as I realize that it's causing chaos.
A gust of wind, as he's blind and can't be prepared for it at all, a gust of wind emits from the wand and blasts Artelane off of his feet, and he goes just tumbling head over heels.
And the second shake.
Okay, that's right. Roll again, and then the a 76. I feel like 76 is a bad one
Uh-oh.
How do you know that?
because when there's something that can cast fireball, you remember these things. You cast fireball. Roll 8d6, please.
8d6.
8d6.
On Artelane.
Well, and everybody, it's a
I'm just
20-foot
shaking it,
radius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we
I'm
all
just gonna
within
say,
20 feet.
yeah, it blows all of you up. It blows
God.
everybody up.
23.
23 points of damage. If you're blind, no save.
Fuck.
I mean, I'm not blind. Can I get a saving
Am I
Yeah,
throw?
you can have a
incinerated?
save.
Am I
No, you're-
What is
incinerated
the
in
saving throw?
body?
Is it?
It's
what is it?
charred.
Is it dex?
Dexterity. It's a dexterity saving
Right.
throw.
23.
13.
Yeah, because the last time someone rolled that, it went into a child's mouth and exploded. So yes, I remember that result.
That makes sense.
Yep.
All right. Well, that doesn't
I will
save.
be trying to oppose strength, like keep a hold of it, because I can't see who's taking what's
Okay.
going on.
Roll an opposed athletics check. The person who is not blind has advantage, and the person who is blind, actually, it's been okay. Ugh. Math. Ash, roll 2 Constitution saving throws. Fail.
Oh, those are
Fail.
dreadful.
Great.
Those are dreadful.
That means Ash, roll your athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, with disadvantage, and Josh, roll your athletics check with advantage.
Oh my god, they're tied.
They're tied. Okay. Well, now hold on. How many uses of the wand did chat pay for? I need to check this out. We just did 3, right?
We did 3.
We just did 2, I think.
I did 3.
We've done 3
There was
total.
There
the
was 3, there was the
blinding, there was the
blindness.
gust of wind,
Oh,
and there was the
blinding
fireball.
as well. You're right. You're right.
All right, there's one. There's one. We already did that one. There's one. And there's another one. Okay. Each of you roll 1d100 since you both have your hands on this. No, each of you roll 1d10 because you both have your hands on the staff, and we'll just combine them to make a d100 roll.
Right.
84. You are now both invisible.
Okay. Doesn't really affect Pim at all because they
can't
can't see
see.
anyway.
Mm-hmm. But now you can't see. Now you can't see Pim either.
I mean, I would, as long as this is going to continue, I'm going to continue trying to get the wand out of Pim's hands because Pim is a massive
Menace.
liability. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, Pim's a couple steps away from exploding the sun. We need to make sure this doesn't happen.
All right, Pim, roll acrobatics or athletics with disadvantage, and Josh, do this athletics with disadvantage. This is an absolute clown fight.
With disadvantage.
Okay, I have to be able to
Disadvantage because you cannot see the target.
Right. Okay, I can't see.
16.
So both of us have disadvantage?
Yeah,
Is that
neither
what-
of you can see each other. Okay, Lon, you have the wand,
Right.
and it goes off in your hand.
Oh, it didn't. Why does it go off?
Because chat,
One is very careful.
chat demanded
It probably
destruction.
shook
for the
as
children.
I let go. As you got it away from me, it
It's
shook.
for the children, Josh. Roll 1d100.
Lon's trying to be as careful as possible. Oh, that doesn't seem good. Although that's
93.
very similar
That's
to
one away
94
from
that
the
we
one that
rolled
blinded
earlier.
us.
It's another
Yeah.
flash of light directly in you. You finally get it, and as you're like, yes! And then it goes off in your face. Roll a constitution saving throw.
Am I unblinded only to be
Ridiculous.
re-blinded? Is that like? Do we have to roll another con save if it's blind?
God, I don't want to do this anymore. After a few minutes, everybody, like, Tiberius is just floating around. Ardelane
Yeah, I'm
is
just
probably,
watching this.
he's failing con saves as well. Yeah, see?
The portal, the teleportation circle that got us here, the portal like only worked one way, right? It's not like
Yeah.
still open and we can.
No,
go
it's
back.
like casting Town Portal. It lasts for one round and then it deactivates, so no one's going to stumble into it. Okay, a few minutes later, Pim is in a tree. Lon fell over a ledge, and Ardelane is practically in the fetal position on the ground, just covering his face. And then finally, everybody can see again.
Okay.
May
I
I
would-
try some bullshittery?
Yes, you are welcome to try bullshittery.
Okay. Now, while all this is going on, Tiberius is he's kind of just pondering like this on a stone wall.
The
And he's
thinker.
like, thinking about himself, like thinking about his situation. What could I possibly do? All these tools at my disposal. Behind him is a comical scene, like actual cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah,
level.
Benny Hill theme.
And he's just looking away, and there's beams of light. People are wrestling. People are going invisible. Artelane got ragdolled 20 feet into one direction by a gust of wind, and he's just been, every time he pops his head above the water, he fails a con save and gets blinded again and flashbanged. And the whole time I'm just pondering, and I'm thinking, would this work? Let's try it. So I know you're not really supposed to be able to cast spells as a ghost. but I want to make a go of it with my last. I don't believe we used the card Tiberius motherfucking Wanderstave,
Correct. We have
and it
not.
usually allows for some impossible scenarios. So I'd like to cast meta magic, which is it's an action. It's the twin spell. I can spend some sorcery points equal to a spell level to target a second creature in range with the same spell, as long as the spell at that level is being cast is capable of targeting more than one incapable. And I want to do that with 2 targets. 1, my incorporeal body. 2, my physical body that's slightly charred from the fireball. And I would like to cast Dimension Door and using anything on the island as a conduit to transport my incorporeal body from whatever plane it's on and being projected from all the way into my body again.
So to teleport both of yourselves into the same place.
Yes, into the same place from one plane to the next. Normally you can't do it from across planes, but...
You read what happens if you try and enter an occupied space, right?
But he's a spirit.
Okay,
I'm a
fair
ghost.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow this because of all the wild magic that's just suffusing the air as the wand goes off over and over and over, making the laws of magic a little bit more unstable. So I am going to allow you to use that $500 donation to teleport yourself back and your body into the same place. However, we also had another donation for Tiberius' Surge of Potency, which means one more wild surge on the big table.
Oh, so we all roll 1d10.
Yep, roll 1d10, and we'll take it in whatever order it comes. All right, well, the sun exploding is already off the table. 2,409. 2409.
I remember that one. that one starts an enormous fire in a forest.
Someone's home burns down, and we interpret it as an entire forest.
Okay, so I'm going to tweak this one slightly because it couldn't apply to you normally. Ardlane had a bunch of magical implements and paraphernalia of a mysterious nature on the table, including a book that was like smoldering with the glyphs that were written upon it, like it was trying to erase itself from reality. The chaotic energies coalesce around it because entry 2409 is that the caster's spellbook turns into a cat when he says a command word. So you transform this bizarre void book into a bizarre void cat. And it just sort of like appears, looks left, looks right, and then scuttles away.
And that's another reason Ardlane hates you.
Into the darkness.
Would a void cat be perceived as a vessel of evil?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Lon's gonna try and track the void cat.
Oh, no.
Only combat is against a cat.
Okay. Tiberius is alive again, by the way. When all this fades...
that worked?
Yeah, it worked.
How does he look? Does he look okay?
Charred. Singed. Minus 23 health. Like, the damage that he took. Also, he has no hand.
Lon literally cares more about the evil cat that's just spawned than
Lon, where are you
Tiberius coming
going?
back to life.
Are you missing a hand?
Yes, I don't know where it went.
God damn it. I'm going to bend down, examine his hand. Okay. We can do this. You want to roll dice again someday, no?
Sure.
Yes, I thought so. Oh, mystical being that is the laughing god, allow this man to roll his dice. Maybe make them lucky. And cast regenerate on his hand.
We had a whole conversation about whether you were going to take resurrection or regenerate, and it turns out either of them would have been helpful.
Yep.
Did you go with neither?
I went with regenerate.
Ah.
I was gonna maybe take resurrection as like a nice thing to do for our DM in case someone who was essential to the timeline died. But then he said he could figure out some fuckery, so I was like, all right, well, I'll just take regenerate then. So you regain 48 plus 15 hit points.
Oh,
Oh, okay. 37 healing.
my hand is back.
Your hand is back.
I'm fully healed. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
Roll a survival check to track the void cat.
It takes 2 minutes for your hand to grow back.
Oh,
It like
it's
kind of
growing.
pops out as like this tiny little baby hand, like a gross baby doll hand that slowly like grows and over the space of 2 minutes.
Would you say the void cat's a monstrosity or an aberration?
Yes.
Then I roll with advantage.
You got a
But I still only
26.
get
What do you
26.
want?
I mean, I'm just checking, you know.
All right. So Ardelane, once all the chaos is over, is going to go. Okay, now Tiberius is alive. Lon has the thing that Ardelane wants. Ardelane has changed his priority. He just wants all of you off the island. So here's what he's going to do. He is going to use the scroll to cast the binding spell in order to extract the essence of this vestige of corruption so it doesn't infest his island, aside from the ambient mist, which is probably not something he can fix anymore. He's going to cast that. He's going to give you the crystalline blossom that it's going to generate for you to give to the people of Elmspire, and then he's going to teleport you back. And then he is going to disintegrate his teleportation circle so that rune combination no longer works and Tiberius can't come back.
Oh,
Very well. But first, I
Yes.
will rid you of the fell beast that has inhabited your island.
What fell beast?
Ardelane, don't play dumb with me. This thing could terrorize towns. I shall ensure that this evil does not strike down a single innocent person. And I'm literally on all fours, sniffing around. Like actual sniffing the ground. Like I smell the void cat.
I have no idea where it's gone. Oh my god. All right, so I think I know how I want this to go. That will allow you to succeed in stalking the void cat. Also, Tiberius, while you're here, you get a chance to take a peek at all of Ardelane's research into this silent city place.
yeah.
Yeah, it seems pretty interesting.
Looks interesting.
Silent City.
I'll take a couple of scraps while
Mhm.
he's not looking.
Yeah,
Maybe more than a few scraps. Maybe all the research before he TPs us off.
who knows? Maybe you
Seeing
can
that
use
he's
this
trying
someday.
to steal some stuff, I will kind of and I will my face will morph, everything will change, and I'm suddenly Tiberius Wanderstave, just standing there. And I will distract Ardelane. So how
Do not
How
bother
did-
me. This magic
no,
is
but
far.
really.
This
I want to
ma-
have a talk. You said you wanted to talk. And I'm trying to like buy you time to do your
I'm
mischief.
just
by
like
being
shoveling
you.
stuff into my bag. I'm like, this is good. This is good. This is good. Keep this up. Keep this up. Who the
All
fuck
right.
are you? This is good.
You steal the sphere, like the scrying orb that he was using. You steal the candles. You steal the whatever didn't get turned into a cat. You steal all of that. Someday this will form the basis of the research that you use to use Mordain Vapor to reach the Silent City, to talk to a Charlatan and learn the spell that you will use to separate Khotan from her astral self, which is inspired by this thing you just did where you did the exact opposite of that. This was canon the whole time, chat. All of this was always
Yep.
canon. It was all
It's
planned.
always canon.
We knew that. It's all
Yes.
scripted.
Yep.
We're best friends now, right? Arm around him. Like, this bonded us.
If you don't stop touching me, the spell will go wrong and this evil will be unleashed again.
Sure.
This requires my absolute focus, Tiberius.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As always,
Cat?
no, I don't have a cat.
Just a question.
No more questions. And he takes a scroll and he starts casting the incredibly complicated ritual, and slowly that ichor of blood and sap rises up from the ground and then coalesces in on itself and solidifies until it forms this beautiful blossom that is then ensnared in crystalline ice. The exact same item that Freya Amrin will someday wield in One Last Ride. She will find whispering to her in the Garden of Mazru. So gives that to the lot of you and starts casting the teleportation circle that will get all of you the hell out. Meanwhile, Josh is hot on the tail of the Void Cat. And
I'm sniffing it out.
Barring anything else, you trace the cat all the way to the teleportation circle as it jumps in and goes through to Elmspire. So unless
You're
any of you have
fucking
any
kidding
other... No, you finally caught up with it as it jumps in and you follow it. And so unless anyone has anything else they want to throw into the epilogue, all of you end up back in Elmspire, having totally defeated the great evil and sealed it, just like the stories say.
Turn
Yep.
back into Pim.
Bag full of stuff. Thank you, Adelaine. Bye. Until next time.
Wait!
Thank you, Adelaine. Bye.
And I think probably the adventure ends with another long shot falling up as he just
Just rolled up to his place and robbed him.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to casting that smite on the cat.
Okay, so you teleport out like in the middle, and the princess and all the guards and stuff, they've protected the sanctum with the teleportation circle, and it flares to life, and the lot of you step out. You know, these heroes with this crystal, this evil imprisoned in physical form, and then you step out, roll an attack roll against the cat.
Just a normal attack roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
A 24 to hit. Roll your damage.
Well, yeah, I have no idea what this smite buff is going to
Just
do.
roll your normal damage and I'll take care of the rest.
Okay, well, I would...
Okay. 10 piercing.
I have 3 attacks.
Okay.
Because it's the first turn of combat, so we're
Kill
just
the
gonna
shit out
roll
of this
3
cat. That's
times.
fine.
Oh wait, sorry. The third one is a 1d8. It's not not actually my. There we go. So instead of 9, that final damage is 7.
Okay.
A lot of damage for a cat.
27 points of damage, and the searing smite, it lights it on fire. Roll 2d6, please, and that sticks, and it just stays on it until the effect ends. You smite the abomination from the void that appears in the shape of a cat, and now it is a empty hole in the world, just a silhouette surrounded in fire. As it runs around in a frantic panic, and you chase after it. It can't escape because it's on fire until finally it is extinguished by your blade. How do you feel about
Finally.
yourself?
Evil has been expunged from this world.
You got to do combat, Josh.
You did.
Yes!
Total kill count.
My purpose was achieved.
One cat.
One black cat.
Oh my god. I once again have to ask how we ever got anything done in Quest for the Book of Dawn. Oh,
I don't think we got much done.
I mean, did we though? Because remember when the whole quest was supposed to take like 1 season, and we made like 3, and we're still not quite.
Okay, that was me,
Anywhere.
right? That was a writing error on my part. Like when I wrote that,
Don't know whether it was.
Don't think it
you have to
was.
take
Really don't think it
responsibility for
was.
that.
No.
Don't think so.
No,
Disagree.
I've reread. It was like a 30-page document I wrote for Bren. There's no way you go through that in one session. Like, no way. No way you get through all that stuff in one.
It was good though.
I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying that my concept of pacing was completely off.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely embraced the wild magic of it all too.
Mhm.
Tried
And
to-
that's what makes it special.
Fuck with things.
I have had so much fun having all of you back at my table, and we raised over $2,000 for Roll for Wishes.
Yippee!
So this has been a blast. I'm so happy to be back with all of you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This was a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was excellent as usual.
us.
Pleasure.
Josh, the man who did no combat.
And yet I still had fun. So what does that say?
Mhm.
I think chat figured it out, but for the avoidance of doubt, it was a changeling bard,
Mhm.
con artist.
Mm.
Yep. Definitely a cleric.
Definitely an elf cleric.
I would
100%.
love to roll this back with this party again for just something else.
We'll do-
one shots across the land or something.
We'll do the Kraken. We'll just go like one at a time because we just got the what really happened of this story, right? It was part of the backstory that Tiberius sealed this evil. Now we know how it actually went down.
Yeah.
He's a fraud. He
He's
relied
not a
on
fraud. He did it.
He gets
You
results,
didn't do it.
but he gets
He
results.
relied on what's his name? The mage that we ran into on the island. at the
Dumb
start.
luck.
Artelane?
Artelane, sorry. Yes. He relied on Artelane
Yeah.
the entire time. Artelane essentially did all of it.
Yeah,
To be fair-
that's just him.
I think
You guys
this is why you hate Artelane, or at least part of it is because he does everything and you just take the credit.
It
and
was
it's just
all
a
me. It was
projection.
all
You
Tiberius.
are Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Except somehow gained enough experience through the bullshit to actually become level 20 eventually.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah. Next time our schedules align, I'm 100% down to do this again.
I'm
I'll
gonna
have my
make
people talk
one
to your
melee
people.
attack. I'm gonna make one melee attack on an enemy during that.
Yes, it'll actually happen. It'll actually happen. Oh, all right. Well, thank you all of you. Thank you to everyone who contributed. This is a huge number. I'm super, super pleased with 2,000. That's awesome for us just sort of rolling into this. And until next time, we will see you all on the other side.
Are the king and the queen alive?
I guess you'll have to wait to find out.
Oh.
Oh.